Music. It exists in every culture, religion, place and time in human history on planet Earth. It's how humans express emotions and beliefs.
Composers are constantly inspired by animals in nature, but recently biologists began investigating music in nature to understand evolution. Humans and other animals use music in the same way, to find a mate, as proposed by Charles Darwin in his theory of natural selection, be it performing on stage or singing musical cadences during animal courtship, or to identify and unite a tribe, suggested by anthropologist Edward Hagen, be it a team chant before a sporting match or a coyote howling in the woods.
But where did music originally come from? As humans evolved over the last 500 million years, from microscopic undersea sacs to running, climbing, hunting, fire-making cave dwellers, who was the first rock star?
Archaeologists discovered that around 43,000 years ago, Homo sapiens made flutes from bone. But Neanderthals, living 530,000 years ago, had a hyoid bone and a voice box low in their neck. This physiology would have given them the capacity to sing.
So music is a human adaptation.
Wrong. Music naturally evolved in multiple evolutionary paths which haven't crossed with humans in millions of years. Let's narrow this down. What is music? Music is organised sound made from the structural elements of rhythm and pitch. Keep in mind, there's a structural and mathematical difference between noise and music.
Random, continuous and erratic sound waves make noise, whereas music sound waves are a pattern of separated and dominant frequencies. Real music is polytonic, meaning a combination of many harmonious, pleasant tones.
Only humans can read music and play Bach on an instrument, right?
Yes, but I've heard humpback whales sing and they structure their songs with rhythm and pitch to create amazing melodies. Whales sing verses and repeat themes as modern pop songs do. Due to their large cerebral cortex, whales have a similar attention span to humans, which could explain why our songs are of a similar length. There are more similarities between whale and human song, expressed by these musical techniques. Humans and whales haven't crossed evolutionary paths for 60 million years, yet we both developed the same form of music? So humans didn't invent music. We are actually latecomers to the musical club.
Oh, so music is a mammalian adaptation.
No. Birdsong also has fascinating parallels to human music. Birds use musical techniques like consonants and key changes, embellishing and inverting these motifs just as human songwriters do.
Many birds, like the hermit thrush, sing pentatonic scales. Others, like the Californian marsh wren, use a call and response pattern central to gospel music. It can sing up to 120 different themes in one sequence, while a neighbour responds identically. The veery bird song, when slowed down, creates quite a catchy melody, I must say. This is the same with multitudes of birds. Luckily, our modern day technology reveals a type of music we can't hear with human ears.
Oh, and get this! One particular bird song even sounds like the start of Chopin's revolutionary etude. And how about the wood wren song that sounds like Beethoven's Fifth?
It gets better. The palm cockatoo uses instruments. He makes drumsticks from twigs and beats a hollow log rhythmically.
Bird and human ancestors diverged more than 310 million years ago, but neurobiologists and geneticists recently discovered that songbirds and humans share 55 genes linked to learning to vocalize.
Oh, I read this in a textbook. This branch of study is called
Biomusicology. Yes, who would have thought that music and biology were linked so nicely?
Basically, the environment is an animal orchestra, or biophony, with each creature acting as a separate instrument.
This is all overwhelming. We're finding music everywhere in nature? But I'm not going crazy.
The ancient Greek philosopher and mathematician, Pythagoras, was also a nature lover and believed that music was everywhere too.
In 600 BC, Pythagoras discovered that numbers governed musical tone. A musical interval is a difference between two pitches. Perfect musical consonances and harmonies are formed by these intervals, which are further specified by mathematical ratios of note frequencies. So, a 40 centimetre long string sounds an octave lower than when a 20 centimetre long string is struck.
See how this forms the octave ratio of 2 to 1? Because a string half the length of another will vibrate twice as fast as it, and the greater the frequency, the higher the pitch.
This concept is a feature of physics. Cool, huh?
So now we've got this little triangle. Music is in maths, maths is in nature, and nature is musical. So it's no coincidence that birds, whales, and humans have the same taste in music. It's maths.
Sequences and symmetry don't just describe nature, they define it.
Let's move to a much larger scale, and I mean much larger scale. Pythagoras was ahead of his time when he theorized that planets and stars followed mathematical equations and rang out resonant notes based on their orbits and distance to each other. Basically, he thought the entire cosmos made music. Sounds beautiful, right? But science has proven that it's not true. Lucky for us, the concept sparked the imagination of astrophysicists Matt Russo and Dan Tomeo. They know the planets don't actually sing, but through maths, they can bring the universe's music to human ears. Remember, if it wasn't for Pythagoras, this branch of study might never have begun.
Wow, so music stretches right into the branch of astrophysics?
It all began when NASA discovered the TRAPPIST-1 system, some 40 light years from Earth. TRAPPIST-1 was exciting because of its 7 Earth-sized planets, some located at the right temperature for life to exist. Astrophysicists tried to mathematically simulate TRAPPIST-1, but they couldn't. The planets kept crashing into each other and collapsing the system. But Matt and Dan came up with a possible solution to this planetary puzzle. That TRAPPIST-1 tuned itself into stability, the way an orchestra tunes up before a symphony. TRAPPIST-1 is special. The orbit of each planet to its neighbour forms a simple ratio. For every 2 orbits of the outer planet, the next one orbits 3 times, the next 4, then 6, 9, 15, and 24. Let's look at these numbers, and you'll see each pair forms whole number ratios that are also found in musical harmonies. This orbital progression is called a resonant chain. What amazed Matt and Dan about TRAPPIST was the possibility that this harmonious pattern of rotations is what actually held the system together. Wait, so I guess music really does make the world go round? Matt Russo explains that if you speed up the planet's motion, you get rhythms, 1 beat for every orbit.
And remember, music is composed of rhythm and pitch. Well, there's the rhythm, where's the pitch?
Well, if you speed up that repeating beat until it melds together, it becomes one continuous pitch. So by speeding up the rhythm of the TRAPPIST-1 planets, Matt produced musical pitches which fit together harmoniously. Remember, these aren't actual physical sounds, but translation of planetary cycles into sound. Music is all about cycles, and so is astronomy.
The music of the universe is not always perfect like TRAPPIST-1.
Though it's different from music on Earth, it's music nonetheless.
Music is an expression of the fundamental laws of nature. It's a crucial factor in biological evolution, it's made up of mathematics and structure, and possibly found out in that vast universe. Thanks to modern-day technology, we can follow music's ancient roots to hopefully, one day, discover its origins. What we do know now is that music was around long before us and will enrich our world long after we humans are gone.